Once upon a time there was one merchant in a certain place. Whenever this merchant was very good at business and went around the several villages, he scooped up profits. He went to the town carrying a wicker suitcase which was full of the money used to purchase a stock of merchandise. As the merchant heard that there was the excellent shrine on the way, he decided to go to pray. However, he had his stomach hurt suddenly when he came to near the shrine. He took down the wicker suitcase of the back and drank medicine of the abdominal pain entering in it, but the pain does not stop. As there was a small tea house near, fortunately, he said, "I was sorry, but lend me a toilet," and jumped into the toilet of the back of the shop. By the way, the master of the shop was surprised when he was going to move a wicker suitcase as it was very heavy. It may be large sum of money was in a wicker suitcase. The master caused a bad thought. A convenient opportunity, nobody is in the shop. Thank God. It during now. When the master opened the wicker suitcase, large sum of money was in it as he thought. The master took out money and, on the other hand, he picked up the stones which scattered in front of a shop and filled the wicker suitcase by them. When he tied up a wicker suitcase hastily again and put it to the original place, the merchant just came back from the back entrance. That really helped me out. Thanks to you, it was cured to have a stomach ache. When the merchant handed the money of thanks, he carried a wicker suitcase on his shoulder and left the tea house. The merchant who had begun to walk noticed that the wicker suitcase of the back lightened than before. No way. When the merchant took down a wicker suitcase and opened the inside, many stones came out of the inside, not money. It was that after all. The master of that tea house must have replaced it secretly. The merchant returned hastily, and said to the master of the tea house, "Hey, hey! It is you to have taken my important money. That's outrageous. I had the kindness to lend you a toilet. Don't make a false accusation." "Is it a false accusation? While I borrow a toilet, replace the stones with money. Well, anyone has what's called sudden whim. I say nothing further if you returns my money. But you say that you do not steal it to the last, I will take you to a government official." Hey! Though there is not the evidence, you can say such a thing. Well, you interfere with the business. Get lost. Cut it out, burglar. I understand it if I check a shop. The merchant was going to go on the back room of the tea house. The money which he stole from merchant put in the back room. I cannot explain it away if found. In this situation money was got back, and I am caught by a government official. Therefore the master of the tea house catch the carrying pole which there was near and nailed the head of the merchant as hard as possible. Aig! The master hit the merchant who fell down over and over again and has murdered him at last. Then he dug the big hole on the back of the tea house and buried the merchant in the ground. Well, I can forget about that matter for the time being. When the master gave a deep sigh of relief, he looked at his small shop. This time there was not a visitor and I was saved, but for business no visitor no income, it is not good. Well, let's make a shop big for that money. The master called a carpenter at once and had him make a tea house big. When a tea house grew big, visitors increased rapidly. Therefore he hires some daughters for help, and then there was a pretty daughter, it became the reputation and prospered more and more. This is good. Luck was suitable for me. By the way, the summer of the next year when a merchant was murdered. When it was night, around a tea house, many fireflies came to fly. The tea house which a firefly flies about is very elegant. Thanks to it, the tea house are doing a roaring trade day and night. However, the fireflies increased steadily and came to jump to the inside of eyes and the mouth of the customers. In this, I cannot be pleased with elegance. Visitors were gradually revolted, and everybody has returned. What's going on? What on earth this firefly comes over from where? The master wondered and investigate he did. Surprisingly they springs out from the soil which buried the merchant. Damn! As the master could not dig up the ground, he boiled hot water and he splashed it in the soil and was going to kill a firefly. Glug glug glug! Then the angry fireflies began to perch to a body of the master in a moment and blocked up the master's eyes, the mouth, the nose and the ear with a small body. Help, help me! And the master died without having breath.